Hello and welcome to another episode of Express Mobility. Today we have with us Mr. Girish Wagh, Executive Director, Tata Motors Commercial Vehicle. And today we are at the mega launch of Tata Motors offensive in the commercial vehicle market. First of all, congratulations on such a massive launch. I would like to understand, you're right around the festive season. We have seen the demand picking up. What is your growth outlook for the commercial vehicle segment as a overall, and especially with your market share over there as well?
Right. So thank you for having me on your show. So I think commercial vehicle industry is a cyclical one if we see the history, and generally a cycle is of 5 to 7 years. I think we have seen that FY19 was our previous peak,
Correct.
post which we saw that the industry started dropping. In both FY20, FY21 the industry dropped and the volumes shaved off by almost 50%, right? After that, for the first time in FY22, we have seen the industry growing. It grew by almost 22%, right? Even this year, FY23 quarter one has been pretty good, although quarter one was on the back of COVID second wave quarter of last year financial year.
Correct.
But if you look at various indicators, whether it is freight rates, transporter profitability, fleet utilization, availability of freight demand, I think all these factors seem to be in positive and at good levels, and therefore the transporters confidence index that we track on a quarterly basis is also at a pretty good level. So we believe that this should help us grow in the commercial vehicle industry even this year.
Correct.
Over a good growth in the past year.
And coming to market share, you have been talking that the market itself is expanding and growing, and market share over there does not give the real indication of the performance. So coming to that area, do you see with this new product, what are the volumes you are targeting, and how will it affect your market share as well?
Yes, so see, I think our target is to grow profitably.
Correct.
Right? And how we are going to do it? So first is of course desirable products which address various niches of requirements, customer requirements, and also help them improve their profitability. Because finally we are into commercial vehicles.
Correct.
And what we see today here is a range of commercial vehicles which has been launched on 4 key themes. The first one is safety, second one is alternate fuel, third one is supporting infrastructure growth, and fourth is improving fuel efficiency across.
Correct.
And if I were to explain very quickly, on safety, I think one can't emphasize the road safety more, right?
Correct.
And to promote this, I think we are coming up with industry first features in these trucks. So starting with collision mitigation system, or it is the electronic stability control,
The driver
monitoring system, the tire pressure monitoring system. I think we have come up with host of features which will help to improve the road safety.
Correct.
But we believe that introduction of these features in commercial vehicles is not going to be dependent only on just improving road safety, but it should also improve the profitability of the customers. And therefore, we believe intelligent adaptation of these features is important. So the way we have adapted these features will also help the customers to increase their average speed on the roads along with our next gen powertrains, and this will therefore reduce the turnaround time and help the driver, the customer, to do more trips in a month and therefore increase the revenue. So all this should therefore improve the total cost of ownership or total revenue, which is more profitability. Now this was about safety. Then coming to alternate fuel, one has seen that there is a clear trend which is happening towards zero emission vehicles. But in commercial vehicles, this is moving towards natural gas as a
Correct.
fuel. We are already present in small commercial vehicles and intermediate and light commercial vehicles.
Correct.
And we are now expanding CNG fuel into medium and heavy commercial vehicles also, industry first for the country. This also comes with a range of almost 1,000 kilometers,
Correct.
which will therefore help conversion of long haul transportation into natural gas.
I was coming to that, this could be a potential game changer because right now you don't have any competitor in that market. So do you see that, the Indian CV industry will now, look at CNG as a serious fuel in the heavy, medium and heavy commercial vehicle industry?
Yes, I think, see, if we are able to introduce capabilities and features, performance levels which can improve the profitability or reduce the total cost of ownership of the customers, that will change, right? Now CNG as a fuel is priced lower in the country, although the price differential with diesel has reduced a bit, but still it is priced lower, and the total cost of ownership is lower.
Correct.
The second, barrier, if I may say so, for CNG also has been the refilling infrastructure.
Refueling time.
Now, with the 1,000-kilometer range, I think the number of visits the customers have to do to the filling station or the fuel gas station is going to be lower.
Correct.
And therefore, this will also help in increasing the penetration. So, with this in mind, we have introduced natural gas based powertrains in the medium and heavy commercial vehicle range also, which we believe should help increase the penetration of CNG.
Okay. And coming to the bus segment, passenger carrier segment has not been growing as per expectation. The volumes are still low. So when do you see the demand picking up? And lastly, how is the supply chain issue right now, and the hike in raw material prices? Is it stabilized? Is it under comfort zone, or is it still beyond that?
So as you rightly said, I think the passenger vehicle and especially bus industry actually suffered the most during this COVID down cycle, and the demand actually contracted by almost 80-85%. Right? The industry went down by that much. But thankfully, from Q4 of last year, that is FY22, one has seen the industry picking up gradually. Right? Government, state transport undertakings are coming ahead in terms of their new requirements. We've also seen that school buses, as the demand has come back, employee transportation is also coming back, with a lot of employees getting back to work from office, right? So we saw beginning of a trend in Q4. Q1 of this year also has been good demand for buses, and we are hopeful that I think with these trends and indicators, the CV passenger or the bus industry should do well this year. It may still not cross the earlier peak, we'll have to wait for that, but I think still the bus industry should do well. Right. The second question that you asked was about supply chain. So let me answer it in two parts. The first one in terms of semiconductor shortage. So that does remain a key monitorable for us, but I think in terms of the challenging situation that we were in, say 21 months back when this started, correct, I think it has reduced quite a bit, right? But it does remain a monitorable for us. The second thing that you asked was on commodities. So, and whether the situation has become comfortable. I won't certainly say that the situation has become comfortable. There are a few commodities which are still on the rise even in Q2 that we are in. But the various indicators do show that I think this should cool off going ahead from Q3.
Correct. So basically an optimistic outlook for the coming quarters, yes, and the year.
Yes.
And peak could be around FY24 is something that we can expect or hope?
See, I think we should look at the peak from both angles. One by the volume, correct, and second is by revenue. I think peaking by revenue should happen much earlier. Okay. The reason being, I think the average tonnage node in vehicles has gone up, correct, number one, and the prices have also gone up due to BS6. So by revenue we should cross that much earlier, but crossing by volume also should be there in the near term horizon.
Correct, correct. Thank you, sir, for taking your time out, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, we wish Mr. Girish Wagh a very good festive season, and hopefully talk to you soon, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.